yourself as a clutch player?
Yeah, I mean, I answered this question earlier in the season with Washington. I think, there's a time period before my injury where I had some of the most game-winning shots in the league. That was obviously with the Nets. So, yeah.
Well, you're still second, and you got 6 now in the final 10 seconds. Go ahead, Bill Bills.
This season or
in the past 5?
Past 5? Oh yeah.
DeMar DeRozan is the only one who's done that.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he passed you. So you got to go hit another one.
Nah, I mean, shoot, DeMar's an MVP candidate. My 2 with Dallas. I'm thankful to Luka for trusting me.
What did you see on the final play this time?
Well, they doubled him. So, in Boston, we talked about how he kind of broke down the defense, and Robert Williams had a natural reaction of a big to go to the paint and left me open. Right. This one, I was in the high slot on the right side. Luka got the switch he wanted. He was going to operate. They sent the double. Easiest pass out of the double because Luka was already kind of on the right side of the floor was to me. Dragic kind of shot through the passing lane, so I couldn't do the one more to Dodo in the corner. And time was low. So it was about just, taking the shot that we had.
They played it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Luka has trusted you these last 2 games, really since you've been here. What does it mean? He's clearly the superstar on the team to earn that trust, develop that trust as quickly as you have. What does that say?
I mean, it's a credit to him, right? Because as a superstar, it's within your power, within your control. You can make people feel wanted. You can make them feel not wanted. You can trust them, not trust them. And remember my first 2 games, I didn't really do much. I was trying to fit in, trying to figure out the spots they wanted me in and things like that. And, he was one of the people saying like, no, like go do your thing. Like you need to make plays for us to be good. So, it's great to him. Like he could have did whatever he wanted. You know what I mean? Like he's a superstar. He could have done whatever he wanted.
What goes through your mind as you're streaking along the courtside fans? And I don't know what you were shouting, but everybody's mobbing you. Just what does it feel like in that moment? What are you thinking?
Obviously, like when the shot goes in, at first I'm happy, right? And then obviously I turn around because natural action kind of if you choose to turn around, saw Luka, so jumped up and celebrated with Luka. And then I thought to myself, because I'd always say, I told Theo, I come back, hit a game winner against Brooklyn. I stay on the scores table. But the first scores table I saw was the ESPN one, not the real one. So I was like, when I ran that way, I was like, dang, I probably can't stay on this table. And then I saw Nico, and then I had like more of that appreciation type of vibe. So that's why I went over and celebrated with him because, he pulled the trigger, made the trade. It's no secret, my reputation wasn't the greatest coming in. On and off the court, right? People said I was a bad guy. People said I was washed, all that other stuff. After 30 games coming off ACL, which sucks. But, Nico, and he didn't have to have that faith. He didn't have to pull that trigger, especially with a player the caliber of Porzingis, all-star caliber player, right? So, like I said, I was appreciative again. So that's why I went and celebrated with Nico, and I, your team's catching up behind you. They running. So like I knew they would join in eventually. So. Thank you, and let's go home with a lot of expletives and handshakes and chest bumps and stuff. Basically.
Go to Philly and then Charlotte first.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
When you hit some of the winners here, the obvious ball was going to be in your hands. You were sort of the guy for that back then.
Yeah.
Run down the clock, and do you think going into these last 2 possessions, you're going to get the ball? Is Luka going to shoot it, or it's just all?
No. Like it's a be ready type of thing, and then as the plays develop, that there's a possibility you get it right. So when Robert Williams left, you knew like, okay, he might throw this, like be ready. You know what I mean? Same thing when they sent the double. I think I even kind of crept up a little bit to give him an easier pass, right? Like it might come. Now, at the same time, he may shoot it, right? Like you're the superstar, you're well within your rights to shoot the ball and go for that. Like, it is what it is. So it's far different than closing games. Like you said with Brooklyn, where I knew I was going to be the one taking the shot. But like regardless, I think there's a confidence level to do it already because I've done it before. But in this situation, you want the superstar backing you and trusting you, right? Like, because let's be real, like if he didn't have to pass it and he could have shot it and nobody would have blamed him. We'd have understood it was a double. It was a hard shot to take, make or miss. You know what I mean? We'd have celebrated with him if he made it and we'd have said, you know, we understand if he missed it. So, you know, it's his play. And so you're more a conduit to the success than the person that did it. You know what I mean?
Significant feeling, obviously coming back to this building and hitting the game winner here, that the game that the Nets clearly needed to have in their playoff push. Is there any significance for you hitting the shot like that?
Didn't know they needed it. Got you. Yeah, I mean, it's different than the Detroit ones. I know we talked about the Detroit ones like before where like I wanted those bad, right? Because like my time in Detroit wasn't fun. Like I spent 2 years just sitting on the bench. This one was more just like fun, right? Like it feels good. Like when Joe Harris is still your friend, Adam Harrington, we still text, you know what I mean? Like show up to his foundation charity event. Like, so there's a lot of positive vibes here and stuff like that. But then it's like, you know, it's like sticking it to your cousin versus like being vengeful for an enemy. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like I came at like, nah, but it's fun though.
I guess characterize the last 7-8 months from free agency up until now. You've been on 2 different teams since really in Brooklyn. What's like with that?
I mean, it's a whirlwind, man. Like, you know, getting healthy 7-8 months ago, like I definitely wasn't playing basketball. Or no, let me take it back. I was just cleared because I'm at like 13 months now. So I had just gotten cleared, you know, still kind of getting into it, trying to start playing again, figuring out where I'm going to DC, having obviously high hopes for that situation, it not working out, coming to Dallas, it working out so far, and obviously hopefully continue to trend up. And, you know, just a lot, man. Like shoot, you wrote the story yesterday, right? Like I'm living out of 5 suitcases in hotel rooms. So every game's a road game, technically. Like, you know, this is what it is. I mean, I've kind of addressed that in a variety of different ways. But I do think, though, at the end of the day, like, you know, what Tommy Shepard said when he called me to right before the trade broke, he said, you know, sometimes it takes talent to get talent. And they felt like Porzingis was a talent upgrade, right? Which is completely fair. I mean, he's a unicorn, right? All-star caliber guy. And so they were doing what they felt they needed to do to improve their team long term, you know, not this season, obviously, because Brad's out for the season, but going into next season and the future, which I respect. Like I said, the trade wasn't what bothered me. It was the noise, right? Because when I did my introductory press conference with Dallas, I was complimentary of the situation. As you know, I didn't say anything like crazy. And then all the reports started coming out that I was a madman. So, you know, it's life. You feel me? But narratives, you got to remember, like these things, it may seem like nothing, right? For a team to make a trade and use a narrative in making that trade happen, right? But these are people's lives, right? Like if you stick a label or a narrative on me that is unfair, unjust, and let's say, God forbid, I got hurt again, this is probably then the last time I'll be in the NBA. And that alters not just my life, my son's life, Elijah. It alters everybody with the Dinwiddie name, because I'm the first person to do anything at this type of level, obviously in terms of sports and in terms of financial responsibility, right? So it can be extremely destructive to do things like that. And I think that's why you guys got the comments from me later about being hurt, because at the end of the day, you wouldn't want that situation. You know what I mean? You'd want to be able to have another shot in the league, even if it's on minimums or whatever it is, and be able to grind up and be able to, you know, be a good teammate and be a part of the experience and the brotherhood. You know, some people are grinding just to get 10 years in this league so they can get, you know, the full pension and healthcare and coverage and stuff like that. And what if a narrative cuts him short at 8? And, he might have been a guy that could have got 2 more minimums and got to 10. You know what I mean? His whole family would have got to take care of healthcare, all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily in that position because I will have 10 years in this league and I hope to play a long time beyond that. But that's where my mind goes with stuff like that because I didn't do nothing to them. You know what I mean? I didn't say nothing bad about them afterwards.